to business, to even in marriage, a lot of different things that we choose to just say, I'm going to do what I want to do, how I want to do it, and nobody can tell me nothing.
Yeah.
But then when we're failing, it's like it's like a trauma bond, like sort of like we learn how to maneuver in trauma versus saying, let me change how I am and how we are for the betterment of the culture.
Exactly.
Some people ain't willing to do that. Like I said, you'll see a lot of people not worrying about what's going on over there because it's not affecting them.
Mm-hmm.
When you talking 40s, 50s, 60s, when you talk about Black Wall Street, everybody was all in.
Exactly.
Everybody was all in. We fend for ourselves. They were willing to die. Now.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to Kansas Conversation. I have no face. So, yeah, I'm having some serious connection problems today. I don't know. This just wasn't a good day, maybe, to come back on. I don't know. But we're going to make it work the best way we know how. So, thank y'all for joining. I know y'all missed us. We missed you too. But that month off was very relaxing. Um Thank you, Allie. But anyways, let's get this party started because we mad late due to glitches and all other type of stuff. So let's bring Mr. Sean Davis, who I know y'all missed, but his presence on social media was not.
You
What's
ain't
up,
pay your
Sean?
bill, did you? You ain't pay your damn bill. That's your problem.
I did pay my goddamn bill. I don't know what's wrong with my doggone computer. Oh, I'm messing up my doggone what you call it now.
Hell. Hi,
Well,
everybody.
you see this, right, y'all?
Hey,
You see
everybody. We missed
everybody?
y'all.
No, they didn't. Sean was supposed to come out here and do his little thing with his people while we was on vacation.
I had some
What
things
happened?
going on. So the deacon,
Uh-huh.
we're already late.
Uh,
Get the deacon out.
uh-huh.
Like,
All right. The one that y'all all love to make y'all laugh, to give y'all the business, to throw those little Bible verses up in there. Let's bring on the deacon.
I am ready. I am back. What up, y'all? Is we talking about some good stuff. I got my mints and my Welch's originals in my pockets. So let's just in case any cougars out there, want to say welcome. Welcome.
girl, here we go. And like that, we are back.
I
got
can't
my
with Derek.
got my soft mints. Come on now.
I got my cup.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's go. Y'all ready to have some fun? All right, everybody. Today's topic is age gap relationships. And we gonna get into cougars and why people want to date someone that is 10 years plus younger than them.
Got them cougars. Them sexy cougars.
I personally think that when you're dating, I think it depends. I don't know. It's so two-sided and unfair
What do you
because
mean?
Hold on.
if it's a
How's
woman,
two-sided?
it's unfair because if it's a woman that's older dating somebody that's like 10, 15, 20 years younger than her, then it's like, all right. But if it's a man that is the older person and he's dating somebody that's like 20 years younger than him, then he a pedophile.
That's one-sided. It's not two-sided. That's one-sided.
Well, you know what I mean. Y'all know what I mean. My brain ain't working today.
I 100% agree. But that's our fault. We let R. Kelly and Trav, what's his guy? Trav Houston? What's his new name? Marquise Houston? Whatever his name is. We let them we let them mess it up for us. But you're absolutely right.
They messed it up for y'all.
They messed it up for us.
Oh, Jesus. R. Kelly ain't messed that up for y'all.
R. Kelly did mess it up for us. He messed it up for us. He wasn't even an adult. He messed it up for us.
Well, it's just, I don't know. I don't have any feelings about it. I mean, you date who you date, but it do look gross when you look like you dating your grandpa or your grandmother. It's just not cute.
I don't care. It don't look gross to me.
That couple we just saw, that was a little grossified.
That's because she was a heroin addict. That's the difference.
Yeah, because when it was the Isley brother and he was out there with his fur coat and his Bentley, all the women was like, "Yeah, Zaddy."
Sexy baby.
Now listen, I'm gonna say this: them damn silver foxes, them damn men be looking good. Okay.
Yeah.
How's that different?
Any woman at any age would want to date those men.
But we talking about old and young.
I know. They old.
So how's that different?
I'm not saying it's different. I'm just saying they look good.
Me too. I'm just saying too.
They just look good.
Yeah, I told you they recruited me about 2 years ago during COVID. As you can see, I'm trying to get there so that I can come in at full time. They caught me at a Deacon's Fellowship at the Holiday Inn. So
you might as well get these videos going because it's gonna be so hypocritical.
Of course, it's gonna be hypocritical. The whole night is gonna be hypocritical. We already know how, because that's just what it is. You know the sisterhood is strong, so they're gonna side on the same side.
The sisterhood is strong. Sisterhood ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, right.
It does not.
You just started it off with the silver foxes is fine.
They is fine.
Okay.
Them don't make me get a picture. Some fine men.
You don't need to get a picture. I'm right here. So let me go and put my church clothes on.
You know what, Jerry? Shut up. Yo, I cannot.
We going with these videos or we going into conversation? What we doing?
Let's jump into the video. Because the fire truck going by Kyra house.
I'm sorry.
One of these circumstances, the 21-year-old is a professional athlete with a massive multi-million, like we're talking 30 million plus contract. Make no mistake, he still has 4 years before he can truly develop and understand the full consequence of his choices and decisions. And he is laid up with a 39-year-old woman and making a baby when that 39-year-old woman is fully aware of her decisions. As a matter of fact, her brain has been fully developed for as long as he has been breathing. We cannot deny that there is a power dynamic. There is an awareness there that is undeniable and a little bit wrong. I remember the days when we used to look at the men out there who would be married to women who would help them through their career, blah, 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 get into their 60s and trade them in for a 30-year-old, right? And we would be like, how could you do that? And what do you want with a 30-year-old? So why aren't we holding women to the same standard?
Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Age gaps between two people don't exist. At least not for me. I don't care how old you are. I'm more of an energy gap type of person and how well we vibe, but I see a lot of people dating same age and their wavelength is completely off, and it's why they don't end up working out. The only reason age gap is even a thing today is because of what it looks like on the exterior. We see one person much older or younger than the other and we judge the book by the cover. But what we don't know is how well they match internally, what their personalities are like, how they complement each other. And when I say matching energies, it doesn't have to be the same phase of their lives that they're going through. On the contrary, the reason they may work out is because they complement each other in different ways, maybe through wisdom, strength, sex, humor, because of their age difference. To dumb it down, like think about it like this. Your age is only decided based on when your parents decided to have you. That shouldn't decide who you're going to date.
Why is age important? If you date someone who's more than 20 years older than you, it's not going to be fair because one person's going to become old and sickly a lot faster than the other, and that's not really fair for either person. I've seen a lot of relationships die like that, and it's not fun. The other reason is to do with compatibility. How good's a relationship going to go? Are you a similar level of emotional maturity? So there's lots of things in there, so you want to make sure you're on the same page. If you really want to achieve a 10 out of 10, you really got to do it right.
Facts.
That's what.
I disagree with. I agree. Well, I agree with a little bit of what everybody was saying. Mainly the other, not this guy, the other guy. Like, it's not about when you were born. It's about who you are now and how you have matured and finding that person that coincides with your beliefs, your wants, your needs, and who is willing to be there. That's where your happiness should lie at. This shouldn't even be a conversation because it shouldn't even matter.
I guess.
What?
Yeah, I guess.
It depends on the age. I'm sorry. Because I would be highly upset if my daughter came home with a 50-year-old man or whatever, and she 18 years old. That's a problem for me.
How's that a problem? Why should that be a problem for you?
It's a problem because he way more experienced than my child is.
What does that got to do with
He
anything?
done lived his life. Let her live hers.
He is gonna let her live hers. She gonna live hers with
By
him.
leaving her the hell alone, that's how he gonna leave her.
But if she is not, nobody has snatched anybody by the neck and said we're gonna be together. These people have made a conscious decision as an adult.
She ain't no
I'm
damn
not
adult.
gonna say 18. I'm not gonna say 18 because 18 is a little iffy. My baby is 18, so I'm not gonna say 18. But 21 a week, like that's she made a decision. It may not be my decision. It may not be the decision I wanted best for her, but it's the decision that she made. And I gotta respect her decision.
I ain't gotta respect nothing.
So here we go. It's always one. It's gonna be a long night for everybody.
What? I don't. She could date with whoever she can date whoever she want to date, but that don't mean I gotta respect it, like it, or whatever.
Okay. I don't have to like it, but I'm gonna respect it because that's my child, and I spent 18 years raising her and instilling in her values. That if she makes a decision, I have to respect that decision, unless I didn't do my job.
I ain't respecting nothing. But I understand what you're saying. But that don't mean I'm gonna do it. Because I'm not. Don't bring them to my house.
Like I said, I'm not talking about an 18-year-old, but a 21-year-old who's living outside her own house, living on her own and taking care of herself. I have to
Then
respect her
more
decision.
power to it. You do what you want to do in your
Right,
own house.
right, exactly.
Just don't
So if
come
she
visit.
show up with a 50-year-old, first of all, I'm gonna laugh because I'm not even 50. So if you bringing in a 50-year-old, did I fail you? Like you got daddy issues like that? Like what did I do wrong? Because at least you're gonna date, if you're gonna date a man, don't date a man older than me, but I'm gonna have to respect her decision. If that man somehow has made her smile, then that's what he did.
I
And
don't
that's
give a
what
damn how many smiles he put on her face. Don't bring them to my house.
yeah.
Just don't do it. Not gonna turn out. It's not gonna turn out well. I'm
Renee
sorry.
McCarthy said it doesn't mean you failed. I don't know. That's daddy issues. If a woman goes out and dates a man older than her father, that's daddy issues.
For some, yeah. But some of them, they probably ain't have them in the house anyway. All I'm saying is, don't bring them to my house.
You bugging.
What?
I said you bugging. Ain't nothing wrong with a good cougar.
Oh, that's nice. Don't bring them to my house.
They keep you with soft mitts. They make sure that dinner is made and you got lunch
Exactly,
to go home
Renee.
with. They make sure you got lunch to go home with. If you're not feeling well, they make you some soup. They know all the home remedies.
They could know whatever they want to know. God bless their heart. Just don't bring them to my house.
What are you talking about? Cougars? Cougars do cook. It's a difference. We need to do a show talking about the difference between cougars and sugar mamas. Sugar mamas don't cook. Cougars cook.
Allie on Instagram says she couldn't be with someone younger than herself. Just don't bring grandpa home. Exactly, Allie. She said these girls just want all the men to try to get them for their money, not even knowing if they have any or not. Older men.
Oh
I'm
God.
telling y'all, cougars cook. Cougars cook. Sugar mamas don't cook. Cougars cook. You have to learn the difference between the two. Just because they're older and they're dating a young man and dating somebody younger does not make them a cougar. There's a strict guideline that makes them a cougar. They gotta have a card. They gotta have a nightgown that's ripped and half the boob come out the side. There's strict guidelines to being considered a cougar. And if you don't have these guidelines, you're not a cougar. There's a difference.
Wait, what are the guidelines?
I just gave you one of the guidelines. I said that's a whole show.
Cooking? That's it?
No, I just told you. I said they gotta have one of those nightgowns that's ripped in right here, and the boob comes out the side, or the side hangs
Oh
out the side
Lord.
down the sidearm. That's a cougar. A cougar has has slippers for everything that she has to do. She got bedroom shoes. Then she got the slippers that she go outside with. That's a cougar. A cougar is nice and rude to you at the same time. Go on in here. I fix your plate. Wash them stanky hands before you go in this kitchen. That's a cougar. They're nice and rude at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, no, I'm not. I'm not watching TV at all. This is experience. Tell you what I know. Now,
So Derek, you date older women?
yes, I do.
And that's what older women do for you. They cook for you.
No,
And what else?
Only the cougars.
Only the cougars cook for you. Young women your age won't cook for you.
No, it don't have nothing to do with cooking. It's just I said a cougar. Make sure you eat though. A cougar got her own money. A cougar tell you like I want to go on a trip. You like all right? Where you want to go? Should I already booked it? Just get your flight. She got her own money. She don't care about your money. She ain't thinking about your money. She ain't ask you to pay no bills. She might ask you to do a couple of things around the house, change that light bulb, take out that garbage. She might ask you those things.
Okay.
I ain't messing with you.
Something wrong with Derek.
No, for real? Incredible.
Something is wrong with Derek. All right, Sean. So what's your opinion about it?
All right. Just let y'all know I put new cameras on my front lawn. Put 2 extra cameras before we get started. So I'm just letting y'all know. And before we get into the stats, because you know me, I done research some stuff. I would say this. With the younger woman, older man, right? I think it's a gift and a curse and a bias because a lot of young women are seeking a certain type of lifestyle that they want, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're seeking a certain type of lifestyle that a lot of young men cannot provide. They can't provide it. From the majority of men. It's men that is more accomplished. They done with running the streets. They're protectors. They can take care of, family, wisdom, all that type of thing. Because protection is more than just physical, right? Protection is mental, spiritual, physical, all of those other things. So you got a lot of young women that's looking for a certain type of lifestyle that, let's say a 21, 22, 23, 24, 25-year-old woman is looking for something that a 21, 22, 23, 24, 25-year-old young man can't provide. For one, they can't provide a lifestyle. They just got out of college or they're just getting into the workforce. They don't make the money that your lifestyle needs provided for. They don't. They just don't. That's the reality of it. They want to be flown out. They want the bags. They want the clothes. They want all of these different things. They want the nice house. They want cars. These young men that's just starting out in life, they can't provide that. They just starting out with life. Now, I did a post today just to see what the feedback was of why do older men date younger women? And I got more inboxes and messages than I got on the post because the men didn't want to get attacked.
Right.
They didn't want to get attacked. And a lot of their reasoning was young women tend to come with less baggage, one person said. Whatever that means, it ain't me. Remember, I got cameras on my damn lawn. It wasn't me. That's what the post said. One person said that they come with less baggage. Younger women may be more cooperative, less argumentative. They're not as set in their ways. They may not be as out of shape. Somebody said. I didn't say it. That's what that I'm just telling you what was given to me. Not what this is not me. Younger women seem to be more in shape and men view that as more sexy, I guess. So these older men that's more financially available, they look for things too. So I guess they figure, you know, if I'm a man that's making a certain amount of money and that's established and that can offer a certain thing, why shouldn't I look for what I feel is the best that I can get? So that's the flip side of both of those. A young woman that's looking for an older man and an older man that's looking for a younger woman. A young man can't provide what an older man can provide. They don't have, you know, a lot of the wisdom that an older man can give them. They don't have the connections and the thought process and, you know, to protect the family and take care of the family the way, you know, the younger man can't do that the same as an older man can do. Just the same as that older man is looking at that younger woman, you know, she has less baggage, she's less argumentative. You know, a lot of men feel that, you know, the more accomplished, I guess, a woman gets, or the more achieved she is, the more, you know, she have as far as her voice and setting her ways. So that's what I got from the men. So Derek, what do you think about that?
Well, I don't completely, I agree, but I can understand, but I don't say, I can't say I completely agree. Mainly
With what
because,
part? What part?
uh, when we talk about, well, the men who date younger women, for the, because a lot of times the more the younger they are, the sassier they are. I find, in my experience, you can have an educated conversation with a woman of a particular age. You can have a much more fulfilling conversation than you could have it with a younger woman, and a lot of times they're past arguments. So that's one of the reasons why I started conversing with older women, just because arguments aren't arguments. When you find the people in your age group or younger than your age group, they're ready, they're here, they got time today. But a lot of times you find that older women, they're not beat for all these arguments. They're not beat for, let's have a conversation. If I don't like something, I'm gonna express to you I don't like it. And I'm
So
gonna
what about correction?
who's correct to who? A conversation, if we're having a conversation of correction is two totally different things. I can tell you what I don't like. I can tell you what may be better for you, or a better decision than the decision you're making. And because this person is of a certain age, you will take what they're saying with a little more certainty than you would from someone who may be younger than you. because you know that they already been here. You know that they have some experience or some things. So if they say, well, don't you want to do this, or don't you want to do that, or shouldn't you do this, or shouldn't you do that? You like, who? I think about that more, because they have that experience where if I'm dating a Shatiqua, and me and Shatiqua was younger than me, and Shatiqua was like, don't you want to do this? I'm like, okay. You don't like this? Because if you don't, you can keep it moving. But somebody else say it, you be like, oh, okay. They carry a little more of experience. And with that experience comes a little more respect.
You mean the women?
Yeah. So, but I can't understand I can understand some of the men's concerns. But I think it's a matter of what you like and what you like and what you don't like. I myself, I enjoy a good conversation. I enjoy being able to I enjoy the idea of being respected for the things you bring to the table and the things you do. I enjoy being around someone where you could talk about life and life experiences. And it's not so when they come and they give you their insight is coming from a place of experience. And not just not just off of attitude.
I seen someone say that you correct a child. No, you can correct an adult. You 100% can correct an adult. Why couldn't an adult be corrected? I think that's probably where some of the men were talking about. Some people feel that they don't need to be or could be or should be corrected. You take me as I am. I don't know, but I'm just going off of the comment that I just seen. All people can be corrected.
I agree. Anybody can be
We're
corrected.
We're not above correction. You know,
Right.
if you're wrong, or if you need counsel, you can be spoken to.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the way you need to be spoken to is one thing, or the way that you need to be corrected is another thing, but you could be corrected. So not only children can be corrected. Let's get beyond that adults can't be corrected, because we got a lot of adults running around here that's just wrong, just doing wrong, just wrong.
But I think the point of correction that she's speaking of is not like being correct. Like if someone is saying, when you correct someone, like when you correct a child, it's like discipline. Like you're disciplining someone or you're fussing at someone. Where
nobody said that.
I know, but that's what correction. Some people can take correction as. Like you
not. And that's I guess then that's where the context is confused, because
right.
Before you speak on that, maybe you need to get some type of context.
Yeah.
Before you get argumentative, or before you get you start throwing those things around, and that's probably where the conversations go left.
It's possible.
Because, like I said, anybody can be corrected, but some people feel that they shouldn't be. I'm going to say what I'm going to say. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. And you're going to deal with it or you ain't.
Now, is that because, but doesn't that above people who feel they're above
correction,
or is that because they feel that they are, because the person is not on their level?
Could be. It can be a thing of respect.
Right.
It could be a thing of respect, but sometimes respect comes without context or conversation or interaction.
Facts.
Sometimes it just happens.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so all of that can be all over the place, which we always spoke about. We need to respect each other, regardless. I think what I got from some people as they got that, like, I guess the older men dealing with the younger woman when it comes to that respect and wisdom, they got less confliction when it came to that correction or that conversation, because some people stuck in their ways,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if they're right or they're wrong. Some people just deal with accountability different. So even if I'm wrong, I'm gonna find a way to tweak this to where I may not be right, but I ain't gonna be wrong. If you can understand what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
With some people that's where they live. And that's just the thing. I mean, so maybe that's where they was coming from. I don't know. I didn't
It's
go
just
further.
what Jaya said. For me, it really depends on the circumstances. Don't tell me I'm wrong because you don't like what I did or because it's not the choice you would have made. Tell me you don't agree with my choices and tell me why.
Facts.
I mean, your moral compass is your moral compass. We all know.
I like the way she said it. I'm saying but
that's a blanket. That's a blanket statement. That's a blanket statement. That's.
No, but I guess. But if you're wrong, there's a difference between me telling you. If you tell me 5 + 5 is 12, and I said no, that's wrong.
That's
right?
wrong. Yeah,
right.
It's wrong.
But
yeah, we know what right and wrong is.
Right.
But your moral compass in your household is your moral compass in your household.
Right. So, but there's a difference from me being wrong about something or you not agreeing with something that I did. So a lot of people, when they do correction, is because they don't agree with something someone did or they don't like what someone did, not because the thing was wrong. Or let
me add this. I think that's where the my truth comes in.
Okay.
If you get what I'm saying, the my truth, because sometimes my truth is without experience. It's just what you went through in your environment. You just didn't have, total context or total experience to truly understand things further. Because, and also morally, some things in my house you may not agree with. Like I've never spanked a child. Somebody else may spank a child, which I may think that that's wrong. With somebody else may think that that's okay. So that's the moral compass or your truth in your home.
Right. But here's the difference though, because you may not have spanked the child. I may have. You may think spanking a child is wrong, right? But you coming to me and telling me I'm wrong
that's what I'm saying. I agree.
Yeah, that's where the difference is. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I said. That's why I agree.
Right.
But that's your moral compass. That's your moral compass.
Right.
That's morally. That's morally. Right. When we're talking about, 1 + 1 is 3, we know that's wrong.
Right.
I mean, that's what I'm saying with her. Like, that's a blanket statement. Whatever you feel morally, that's what you feel. But we know when it comes to what's right and wrong globally, like I wouldn't play with that. You know what I mean? Like, if you step on my shoe, I ain't gonna shoot you.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know that that's wrong. I always say, don't fight fire with fire. You fight fire with water. Some people may feel that that's wrong, or they may feel that that's, that your thing is your thing. But we know that killing somebody is wrong.
Factuals.
You know what I mean? Now, somebody may say, oh, well, what about the reason why? Well, if you was trying to kill me and then I defended myself, that's something different. So you lack context.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I said that's a blanket statement. Anybody can say that because there's no context. That's why I was saying that. It depends on who's holding the accountable. Everyone is not equipped. Hold the accountable, please. Don't be the teapot calling the kettle black. I don't know what that means.
That's when you talking about a splinter in someone's eye when you got a whole 2x4 in yours. That's
but we speak in the obvious. You know what I mean? We speak in the obvious. Speaking moral compass and then speaking right and wrong is can be two totally different things. Like I said, we know that 1 + 1 isn't 3. Right. That's wrong. But maybe what's done in my house, that's not on a grander scale. And what's done in your house, that's on a lesser scale. Our moral compass is different. I mean, we'll be debating something or arguing something that you will never win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't sit here and do that. You can never win that argument. Because what you feel is what you feel. But we know when it comes to what's wrong. What's globally wrong. We know that.
Well, it's just like, I think it was, I don't know if Zarek, you showed the video or not, but in like one of the videos that we were entertaining, it was a guy being asked, the reason why he chooses younger women is because younger women can be more submissive than an older woman. And what his response was that older women are set in their ways. They know what they want. Whereas a younger woman is easy to mold her. Those was, that's basically what he said. But so he said that, and I get it. Older women, you have more experience. You want to live life, and yeah, you could be we could be demanding because we know what we want, and you want what you want. Whereas a younger person, it would be kind of easier to mold her to what you want from her, to get what you want from her. Manipulating the mind, but it is what it is, and it do what it do.
But everybody's not manipulating people's minds.
No, everybody is not.
Some people are just being straight up, being authentic and enjoying life. And if you choose that you want to enjoy life with them, you should have every right to enjoy life with them without worrying about what other people think.
Absolutely. I mean, if you date someone that's older than you, okay. I just think that for me, I don't know. Just for me, it just depends on the age. I don't agree with somebody that's like 18, 19, 20, dating somebody that's like 40, 50, or 60. I just don't agree with it. But if you like 30 and you dating somebody that's like 50, then okay. But that's just me.
I get it. And I think that's what morals and right or wrong comes into play, because it's not wrong because it's legal. But you feel morally that's not something that you would want for your family.
Exactly.
That's where that comes into play. And like Derek, like I know I stepped out for a minute, but the whole stuck in your ways thing, like sometimes we do things and we're stuck in the way that we do things and how we do them and how we want to do them and our comfortability, and it's wrong. But we're so comfortable in it and we've been doing it for so long that we feel is right. Like I was in Newark one time, right? And I was in an ambulance. And in the front of the facility, there wasn't a park in the ambulance section. So I went inside and I said, hey, there's somebody parked in the ambulance section and we need to get in. And the person that was at the receptionist was like, oh, let me go on the loudspeaker and let everybody know that somebody's parked in such and such and such. And I said, it's a great car. I remember it's a great car and it's this, that. And she said, that's my car. And I was like, that's your car. I was like, well, you're parked in the ambulance section. You need to move because we need to do what we got to do. And she's like, well, I've been parking there for the last 10 years. And I said, well, you've been parking in the wrong space for the last 10 years. You just was never held accountable. You need to get up and move because we have an emergency here. So that was her being stuck in her ways of doing a certain thing that she's always done. It's just, it was never addressed. And she wanted to argue back and forth. And I was like, this is not something to argue about. We have an issue here. But she wanted to stand her ground. And I think that's what some people are talking about. You can be wrong in what you're doing. But because you've been doing it for so long and you're stuck in your ways, you don't choose to change it because this is now your normalcy. Get what I'm saying?
I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah, that was just a situation.
But
no,
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I agree.
Yeah,
and I can agree with what
that's
you're
wrong.
saying. It is wrong.
Yeah.
It is wrong. I'm not going to say that it's not. We all know right from wrong. We know what we do. We know what we're not supposed to do. We know these things. But I think that when you get into this age gap, I don't know. And if it's any viewers that's viewing and you dated, married, engaged, been in a situation shit with somebody that is older than you, you let me know if I'm wrong. But I think that when it comes to women, I think women do date older men for stability.
Younger women or older women?
Younger.
I agree.
Because doing your little research, doing the research, looking for videos, and you see these videos, and the girls are way younger than the guys, and they're living this life that they wanted. They don't got to pay no bills. They don't got to work. The man is taking care of them 100%. So I think that younger women do date men for financial stability. But how long does it last?
I agree. I agree until they die, and then they take all the money. Well, I've also seen that, and I got messages on it that older men like younger women because they're less argumentative and more cooperative. There's less of a pushback, whatever that means. Like I said, I didn't get into it further, but that's what the answer was. It's not my answer. It's not my answer. It's just what the answers that I got back.
Okay. And that's okay. If that's that's a reason why you date younger women, okay. Older women, of course, are more opinionated because they done live a little bit longer and they got something to say.
But that don't mean you're right.
It
It
doesn't.
don't mean you're wrong neither. It don't mean you're
It
wrong either.
doesn't. It doesn't mean that you're right. It doesn't mean that
It
you're
doesn't
wrong,
mean
but
that
it
you're
does
wrong. Yeah,
mean that I have an opinion and I'm
yeah,
going to state it.
yeah. I get it. But sometimes is it needed?
Depends on it depends on what you're talking about.
Maybe that's where the problem is.
Well, let's go over here to this message 'cause I want to understand what Jai is saying. I wish I was single and regret getting married. It's not because I don't love him. It's just that I love me more. That's very deep.
Yeah, that's another show.
I don't know what she means by that. She would have to go into more context if that's what she's comfortable doing.
I don't mean to cut anybody off, but did we? I think we forgot to speak on the link. If somebody wants to come on to speak, can somebody do that?
There's a link if you want to come on and speak.
I swear I love this fucking guy.
Sarah, you gotta post the link.
So while you're doing that, I'll go into some statistics. Which
Okay.
I wasn't surprised. 75% of all married men ages 50 and older are married to women more than 1 year or younger than them. But
1 year or younger, 1 year.
Or younger. 1 year or younger. But 15% of women have spouses 1 year or younger than them. So 75 to 15. That's married. Only 10% of men at least 1 year younger than their wives. Only 10% of men is younger than their wives. That's older than 50. 65% of women 50 and older, husbands are older than them. So this is leaning more to older men is the majority. Now, dating wise, 40% of men dated women 10 years younger. Men to women dating percentage of 10 plus years or younger. Men, this is just dating. 10 years or younger is 25% men, 14% women. So dating is the majority of men as well. So men married is an extreme amount. It's 75% to 15%. Dating men is 25% to 14%. So it's a male heavy conversation.
Not surprised.
Yeah, I'm not surprised at all.
We know that most men are gonna go to younger women. Number one, because they don't want a power struggle. And a lot of men have already associated that an older woman, a woman of their age or a woman that's older, is going to offer a certain struggle of power. They're not going to be so
passive.
Not passive. What's the word I'm looking for? What's the ugly word that women don't like to use?
Submission.
Yeah, submissive. So when men already have in their minds that a woman is not going to be submissive, of course they're going to travel down a younger route, because a younger woman who wants to be loved and taken care of will find herself being more submissive than a woman who has a particular age, who has enough life experience to know that for me to be submissive to you, you got to bring more to the table than what's in your wallet. So it takes a certain type of man to even date older, because he has to be strong in himself, in his standings and his beliefs. But with that, he also has to stand on business, where you may not have to do so with a younger woman. A younger woman will understand, like, if you say you want to do this, but then don't do it because something else came up. A younger woman may be like, okay, but a woman of a certain age is going to hold you to whatever you say, because they have already been through the game of, okay, I was going to do it, but I forgot.
I mean, well, that can be looked at in a lot of different ways. That can be looked at as understanding or argumentative.
Yeah, it could be both.
Yeah.
It could be very much both, but it doesn't have to be argumentative.
It don't have to be, yeah, of course, but it could be.
It could be very much so, but
Yeah.
you're less likely to get an argumentative tone from a woman of a younger age.
Is that because of understanding, or is that because of being passive?
It's probably a little bit of both. Because a woman of a certain age feels that they've been understanding long enough. They can understand.
I mean, but you know, humans are human. You're gonna make mistakes,
right? And I think that well, it's been my experience with older women that they can understand to a certain extent, but there's some things that just aren't understandable. And if you're not willing to, and a lot of times men, we don't want to, we will hold somebody else accountable before we pretty much completely hold ourselves accountable.
I disagree with that.
Nah. Real talk. Let's be real here. We're gonna have a real conversation.
We can. Let's go. Let's go with it.
With men, we it's easier for us to hold some. We can hold somebody else accountable for something they did, or something they said. But then when it comes around to us, we'll come up with reasons why it was okay, why we did X, Y, and Z. If you won't find you can find some men, but you won't find too many men who say, you know what, you're right, I was wrong, my bad, I try to do better. We'll come up with the reasons. Oh, well, I had to work late, and then I had to walk the dog, and then an alien came by, and I saw the alien.
Let me offer you this.
Excuses.
Let me offer you this. A reason and an excuse is two different things.
Right.
Some people identify a reason as an excuse.
Right.
Because if you're late and you couldn't get off, you just couldn't get off.
Right.
But some people identify that as an excuse.
Right. Anything that they don't agree with is an excuse.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's why I said we need a context. I just don't agree. I'm just not going to accept that.
Right.
From just a one-sided place. I'm not. That's not what I'm going to do. Because
I can respect that. I can respect that very much.
Yes, because men, like I always say, men are supposed to die for the family. Like, bottom line, you're supposed to die for the family. You know, you're supposed to, just the same as women work tirelessly in certain ways, men are supposed to as well in their arena.
Okay.
You know what I mean? In both ways. Both have their respective roles. They both have their respective roles. But me understanding the providing and protective nature of a man, if the man fails, you lose the house, right? The family dies, like the infrastructure falls, the roads don't get built, the elevators don't work, the fire trucks don't come, the policemen ain't coming, like all of those different things, like that's what I'm saying. Like I think that we don't put enough respect on men's roles in society. That's what I truly think.
let's be real. Society norm says tells us today that if a woman doesn't do these things, all the things you just said are not going to happen.
Give me that example.
If a woman fails, the house is gone because there's no man in the house. So if she doesn't,
I mean,
work,
but that's self-infliction. That's self-infliction. I'm talking about men and women as stereotypical role. Like we say that there's no stereotypes, but it's stereotypes. I don't expect the wife to mow the grass. I don't expect the wife to fix this. If there is some that will do that, there's some that will do that. That's not what I'm saying. That's saying
that's that moral
the stereotypical roles. If they, that's like the bridges that's being built. Who are you expecting to build those bridges?
Whoever,
if we're going to be honest,
an engineer.
Who? Men or women?
Either or.
I'm not going to do this. I said the majority is who are you expecting to show up to build those bridges? Is it going to be majority of men or majority of women?
You to build the bridge, you're going to expect a majority of you would think. That's what I'm saying too, Job. I understand what Sean is trying to go with it, but
that's why I said the accountability of men is the world that we live in.
Okay.
We have to build, and that's why I said women have their roles and men have their roles. So I think like when we're talking accountability, when you're talking about men, if men are not held accountable, the world, like we ain't gonna have no roads.
Yeah.
We ain't gonna have no bridges. We ain't gonna have no buildings. We ain't gonna have a lot of things that we truly need. Now, if we're talking family, then we're talking something different. Because now the children need to be nurtured by both.
If there are.
I mean, then it's a choice. Now we're talking about choices.
No, but that's the thing. The societal structure, today's societal structure says that men can be at home taking care of their family.
Yeah.
And women can be building bridges.
But that's not the reality.
That is the reality.
That's not the reality because the majority of women don't build bridges. But let's say black men are the number one men in the United States when it comes to taking care of children. But the majority of women don't work in the infrastructure. Now we're pandering to women.
Well, okay, so let's look at this because let's look at this though, because you can say that black men are number one,
in the nation.
In the nation for taking care of children, right? You know, yeah. But let's give credit to where credit is due. Is because those black men were raised by black women because the black man was not in the house.
The black men may not be in the house, but just because you're not in the house don't mean that you didn't raise your child.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that most black men, especially men who can attest to being very good fathers or very... Yeah.
Now we're speaking generational. Generational. This generation of men, you may not be in a house. You may not be in a house, but you're raising your children.
Right, but you're raising your children, and you may not be in the house, but you're raising your children because you more than likely, more times than not, was raised by a black woman who was raising you by herself, and
or if you're going through, I'm sorry,
or and you decided as a man growing up, seeing your mother hold you down,
there you go,
sacrifices and do all that stuff. Seeing her do that, you made a conscious decision. I'm not going to do my child like this. I'm going to be there for my child.
Here
So
you go.
In that, we still have to give the woman the credit that she's due because she created the men. Her presence is the reason why black men are number one, and it's not just off the gumption of just being a black man.
You finished?
Yeah.
Okay, that's my point of context.
Okay.
That's my point of context. So to state that, why is the opposite side of that coin do the worse?
What happened?
The opposite side of that coin.
Okay.
Single mother households is the worst. Do the worst.
Oh.
You said, oh? Bring your ass back.
I'm not even going. You just want your lawn to get jacked up again.
No,
So,
this is you. No, you want this argument. I told you, you want this argument. Let's go. I don't want that argument, but if you want that, I'll give it to you.
No, because if you want to say because black women, if you want to have that argument of saying and they're the worst because of statistics, because they're the ones,
because we have to look at accountability.
Right, accountability.
You have to look at accountability.
Well,
a lot of men, let's say,
the worst. Okay.
Let's say, a lot of men said, "I want to change what's going on in my community, and it starts with me."
Okay.
Right? Not saying that black women don't say that. I'm just speaking on black men because of what we've seen in our community up until this point, right? From the times of our generation.
I have a question.
Let me finish and then you can have it. Now, Derek, remember, we've had these conversations on here plenty of times. When we would speak on the ills in our community, let's say in a single mother household.
Right.
And instead of saying, yes, we need to do better, right? You following?
Mm-hmm.
We need to do better. Because we know that some single parent households, whether it's man or women, it needs to do better, right? Instead of saying, yes, we need to do better, we need to do this, we need to do that, they'll say, no, it ain't our fault. It's their fault. Right. Have you seen that?
Yeah, we've heard of those situations.
That's my point. Now go ahead, Kyra, my bad.
I don't know how the hell we get on this conversation. We went
that was
way
Derek. I just had to address something. That's all. Now we can double back.
We went to the left. You talking about age gap relationships? Okay.
It's all my responsibility. It's all my responsibilities.
I get it.
We were talking about
jumping
jobs.
Back onto the topic at hand, which is age gap relationships. Do y'all feel as though in age gap relationships there's a sacrifice?
Yes.
When
Absolutely.
you are dating like a man that's like 50 years old dating somebody that's 20 years younger than him.
Absolutely.
Yes. There's going to be a sacrifice.
This man done been married maybe once and had his children. And then what happens to the female if she wants to have kids? Do you want to still have children at 50? Do you still want to have children at 60?
There's a lot of
do she want to deal with health crisis?
Exactly. There's a
lot on both sides.
Right.
Do I want to take care of the ill?
Now we talking about hypertension and diabetes and absolutely.
Some will, some won't, some will stick around because maybe they part of the insurance policy. I don't know.
Well, I'll put it to you like this. I'll put it to you like this. I saw a video which I was like on the fence about, where there was a young woman that got with a man that was 30 years her senior. Right?
God bless him.
and he was a doctor, psychiatrist or something, doctor, same thing. He got cancer. He was in remission, but he had already went through his physical and mental strains and financial. And she was still in her early 20s, and she was dialing out. She was dialing out, right? And they were going at her. But some was looking at it like she signed up to be taken care of.
And now she
Not
got
that other, not that other part. And that's what he led with. But I think sometimes what you lead with, because is marriage the same as marriage was?
We all know it's not.
I mean, so if you lead with, this is what I'm going to do, and this is what you present, and then that's what you get, because she was looking to leave and get another man, and people were going at her. But he signed up to take care of her and do the thing. And she was like, well, you ain't doing that no more. And people were going at her, and some people were saying, no, that's not what she signed up for. And I was like, I can see the fence.
But that is what you sign up for.
Exactly.
When you decide to marry somebody, regardless of their age, when you decide to get married, it's for better, for worse.
I get it. I get it.
So that's what you signed up for. But in the reality of all things,
yes,
some women that are younger is like, I'm not about to sit up here and be wiping nobody.
Yeah.
I'm not dragging him to his chemotherapy treatments. I'm not doing I'm not picking up his vomit. I'm not doing all of that.
Yeah, especially if you're a year in.
Shit, I don't
you ain't even build a bond yet. I guess. I'm not gonna answer for her, but I was just like, that's an interesting situation. Very interesting.
It is interesting because, when you are dating younger, you have to realize you're going to be sacrificing some things just as well on both parts. Men are going to have to sacrifice, women are going to, because the younger women may come with less baggage, no kids and all of this and all of that. But then what happens when that person wants kids?
I mean, but the man still can have kids.
He can still have kids, but is he going to be active enough to take care to
that's the thing
with him? Because look at Robert De Niro. He 80 years old. He with somebody that's in her 20s, I think in her late 20s, going into her 30s.
Now let me ask you this. Let me ask you this from a realistic point. Looking at that situation, is you really looking for him to be that type of father? Or are you looking for him to cash out?
You shouldn't.
Is we looking for a cash out?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can't expect him to be at the football games and throwing footballs and all that type of stuff.
Now just holding that baby. I don't know if I'll see the pictures of him and I'll be like, Lord have mercy, what is he doing to that poor child? But he struggled just holding the child. You're not doing that with that child.
I get it. I guess it's what you want and how you want it.
Now, I don't know if he signed up for 80 to be an 80-year-old daddy, but
he signed up for that 20-year-old piece of ass. That's what he signed up for.
So I don't know if he signed up for that 80-year-old baby. I mean, for him to be 80 and having babies, but hey,
he saw that young girl and was like, I want some of that. But that young, I want some of that, came with some, you're going to get some of this.
Everybody, both sides play. Both sides
Yeah.
have There are things that both sides have to give up on, or may have to say, you know what, this is not. This is something. Now, if it's something that I can't live without, or I can't live with, then this is a decision I make. I'm not going to take this home. I'm not going to commit to something that I'm not okay with. But that's
like Derek. Derek, what's that girl named? Drea? She's what, almost 40, and she's dating a 21-year-old basketball player and got pregnant. And people are going at her like, you know, you wrong for that. You got a child, you got a son the same age as the dude you pregnant by.
Yeah. But I think all her drama, because we have to remember she come from reality TV. So I think that all her drama that people are calling her like, you know, a gold digger, she doing it for the money. She had that baby to make sure she's still getting the check. You know,
but that twin,
no, just let me finish.
I ain't trip on it. I'm just saying I ain't trip on it, to be honest.
No, but that's what I'm saying. The reason I feel like the reason why she gets so much slack is because of her reality TV status. Because
I can agree.
You know, because that's what she did on reality TV. She dated only basketball players, football players. It was a money thing for her.
Now let me ask you this.
Before come up.
Let me ask you this. If she didn't have a son the same age as the ball player, would it been as much flack?
If she didn't have
a son the same age as the guy she was pregnant, because that's all I was hearing. Because I've seen women that got pregnant by, you know, guys that were younger, but I've heard that more than anything. I heard that more, that she has it was about the son being the same age. Which I was like, I get it.
It's the perception of it, because it's like, okay, like you married your kid. Like you have a son his age and you now got a baby with somebody that's the same age like as your kid.
Yeah, I get it, but she bad.
Not saying that she not.
No, meaning like that young boy, he gonna go at it.
But whether their relationship lasts or whether it don't last, at the end of the day, she's still gonna get a check because she had that baby.
Yeah. Remember Vivica, and you know, when that young fish. You know, it happens. It happens on the other side just the same as it happened on the De Niro side.
Exactly, Allie. Exactly.
What's that? What Allie said?
Allie said she's making sure she secures her pension, her alimony, and child support.
Yeah.
And that's just what it is. Because that's that's what kids bring you most of the time. I mean, unless you both mutually really do want to have a kid together. But I don't think that a man that is of a certain age that maybe already got 2, 3, maybe 4 kids gonna be looking at you like, yeah, I want to have another kid.
For the right person.
Yeah, it depends on a person, because Diddy ran the table. Nick Cannon ran the table. Cam Newton running the table.
Really?
Yeah, they at 10.
Really?
10.
Yeah, but they ain't 50 and 60 either.
Probably Diddy.
Yeah, Diddy probably up there. Diddy probably 50.
We're close to it.
Yeah, he's somewhere around there.
Yeah.
He's somewhere around that age.
I mean, just being older and looking just to keep adding on, because that's what Cam said. Cam said he want more. Yeah, that was verbatim.
I've seen that interview.
Yeah.
God bless his God. Well, they got the money to do so.
I just don't like the blame being put. Let's say the De Niro thing. You know, I don't like the blame just being put on the young lady, like she was just strategizing, like he didn't have his, his shit too. Like everybody brought their shit to the table.
It's a reason why people do what they do. I mean, like I said, you could date whoever you want to date, regardless of age. That's your damn business.
Yeah,
More power to you. I may not understand it because it ain't for me.
it ain't for me. Yep.
Because it ain't for me, exactly. So I may not completely understand it. I may not completely agree with it, but yo, do you? Because it's a reasoning behind why you doing what you're doing. It's the reason why women date younger men, and it's the reason why men date younger women.
Because
It's the reason.
What about men who date older women?
It's the reason why you do it.
Right.
It's still a reason. It's
I
the
mean,
reason why
it
you're
Why did they want to be
lopsided.
left out of the conversation?
It's
It's
still a reason
lopsided.
why you're doing what you're doing, whether it be for the conversation, whether it be because you done got hurt by these little youngins, so you want somebody that's a little bit more mature.
It's
It could be
lopsided, but it happens.
it could be 100 reasons why people do the things that they do.
Or
Whether it
could
be
it
right,
be,
whether it be wrong, whether you scheming, whether you not scheming. Who the
or
hell
could it be,
knows?
or could it be
The
that
schemes come from both.
they just enjoy each other's conversation, or it's good they find somebody that's on their level that can have a conversation with that they haven't or their expertise on something. Why it
Could
always
be.
has to be something so detrimental when it could
Could
be
be.
very much this person has caught my eye and was able to and was able to keep my attention with their wisdom, with their thoughts, with their character. Everything
Well,
doesn't
we
have to
know.
be detrimental.
We know.
I'm
We
not
know.
saying
It's gonna
that.
be
What
it's gonna
I
be a
said is
deacon, right?
100 reasons. I say it's a
We
hundred reasons why people do the things that they do, but it's a reason behind why you're doing it.
Yes, it's gonna be a deacon in around 40 years. It's gonna be like 80 years old. His name gonna be Deacon Watson. He gonna have on them church shoes with the slits in them, and he gonna have like 3 or 4 young ladies
No, Deacon Watson
bathing
won't,
him.
because hopefully Deacon Watson have already lived his life, and Deacon Watson has said until later to his love, who is now going on to be with the Lord, because she was 20, she could possibly been 5 to 20 years older than me. Red Fox wasn't out there. Red Fox wasn't out there trying to get no youngin. Every time he had a heart attack, he was letting Lucille know, "I'm coming home to you, baby."
You talking about you? Hold on, wait. You talking about the
Somebody
TV
from
dude or the
YouTube,
real dude?
someone from
Because that's 2 totally different dudes.
somebody from
You talking about
YouTube,
Fred Sanford or Red Fox? I'm sorry, go ahead, cousin.
somebody from YouTube said, C Brim. She says, I don't think men give themselves accountability for those roles. What roles are you talking about?
Yeah, and I ain't going back there.
And Pinky, hey girl, says Cher and her boyfriend have a 40-year age gap.
Right, but
Yeah.
Cher's 80.
God bless them.
There's a difference. That's the difference. That's the difference because an 80-year-old woman, though she though her legs and stuff may hurt, her vagina still works the same as a 20-year-old. So there's a difference, and there's always going to be a difference with it. But there's a stereotype because if Cher was a man at 80 years old who was dating a 40-year-old woman, he will still be nasty and disgusting. And the woman will be looked at as a gold digger who wants male share for her money.
Wait, say that again.
If share 2 points. The first point was talking about the first point was saying the fact of Cher can date a 40-year-old or have a 40-year-old difference because an 80-year-old vagina works the same as a 40-year-old vagina. That's the point I was making. That's
works and is two totally different things. But I'm with you.
No, I said it works the same way. It is entered. So
yeah, that's why I said worked and is two totally different things. But I get it. Go ahead.
Now, if Cher was a man who was dating a 40-year-old at 80 was dating a 40-year-old, it would be considered disgusting of Cher to be. What does 80-year-old male Cher want with a 40-year-old woman? And then the woman will be looked at as a gold digger who only wants Cher for her money. There's always going to be somebody's.
I get it.
Going to be ending with someone's inner thoughts of negativity, and where we need to get past all of that. I'm not living my life for the next person's judgment. I'm living my life because this person makes me happy. And if 80-year-old Cher is dating a 40-year-old and he makes her feel that she's 40, or he makes her feel like she's 62, is none of our business.
Hold up. I think intent is huge. I think marriage, when marriage comes into play, is really huge because we had this conversation about Anna Nicole.
Mm-hmm.
Because that changes the dynamics of things.
Everything changes the dynamics of things.
Because now I don't want my father being finessed out of my family's fortune.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I get it. I completely get it. But in that same token, social media has made everything where everybody feels, number one, that they have a say. Number two, that they know something. Who's to say Anna Nicole really didn't today's Anna Nicole or today's 40-year-old Cher's boyfriend? It can care nothing less about her money. But the fact that this woman makes him happy, that this woman looks good to him, that this woman.
If you won out of a million, then go for it. But we know those other 999,999 is on some bullshit.
I get what Deacon is saying.
Me too.
If you honestly think about it, at the end of the day, when you put your business on social media, you're giving somebody a say.
Yeah, but most people are not putting themselves on social media.
I mean, they no 80-year-old putting out on social media. They like, how you work this?
Right. She's going out to dinner, living her life, and everybody else is taking pictures and putting it out on social media.
But it's still
thinking about that.
But it's still out there. So when it's out there, people are gonna, of course, state that.
You want to know who's putting it on social media? Hold on, where's that?
I don't know, because I don't care about Cher.
Right here. Wait.
I can't keep her hands off me. She get me aroused. I'm telling you, it happens so often. Lord, yo.
Stop.
That's putting it on social media. That's what's put on social media. When you go out and you focus on.
You did not have to show that.
That's what's put on social media. That's not people who live in their life because they love someone. That's somebody who says, you know what, we're gonna make money. They turn this into a business. They're sitting up together, watching video, reading emails and reading posts made about them. This is what they're doing. This is a gimmick. There's a difference.
What's their name? Netta and somebody?
Netta and Charles.
Charles, your dinner's ready.
Another gimmick. People catch on and say this is a gimmick, and because of social media, you miss out on people who actually are in love, who are looking for love, who are looking for companionship, who are looking for someone who completes them, and they say, you know what, this person completes me, this person makes me happy. But because of social media,
there's nothing wrong with that.
Then we're gonna make sure next show, I want you to make them ramen noodles that you normally make, cousin. And you say, Deacon, your ramen noodles ready. And the Deacon come out.
You're gonna have me swollen. All that MSG.
Oh God.
I mean, it is what it is, and I get it. If you happy, be happy and in love with whoever you gonna be happy and in love with. You know what I'm saying? It's just that sometimes people is not gonna agree. That's just like I said earlier in the show. If my child came in this house with somebody that was 20, 30 years younger than her, don't bring him here. Because
you can come in with somebody the same age.
It's because that don't sit right with me.
Yeah.
But if that's what you want, take it over there. Don't bring it over here.
You can come in with somebody the same age and they looking to do you dirty, and somebody that's 10, 20 years older and they looking to do you good.
That's nice, but I'm not looking at nobody that's my son age.
No, I ain't talking about you. I'm talking about your son. If your daughter or your son brought somebody in their age.
Their business. They won't bring them to me. And because you could do whatever you want in your own house, like I said, more power to you.
If they came and introduced you and say, "Hey, Mom, this is my significant other," but that significant other is looking to do them dirty. But somebody that's 20 years older, they looking to do them good. Like it can go either way. It can go either way.
I get what you're saying, but for me, it's a no. I don't agree with that.
I get it.
It's just a no for me. So take your 20-some-year-older person and go on about your business. Don't bring back by my house. Come along. And that's just what it's gonna be. But that's just me. But it's to each his own. That's it. It's just to each his own. See,
I get it.
I can see you dating somebody 7 years, 5 years older than you. But when you start jumping 15, 20 years, yeah, nah.
I think the older you get, the age bracket shrinks.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I truly believe.
I mean, I can't say too much like my mom and my dad. My dad was 17 years older than my mother. Okay. Whatever floats your boat, Mom.
But the older you get, I believe that. The older you get, the age bracket shrinks. And like you said, it depends on what you like, what you what you want.
Where you want to be, what you want to be on.
Yeah, do. And be happy and enjoy your life and do what you do. And if that's what you like, that's what you like. If that's what you do, that's what you do. And that's your business.
It is what it is, and you do what it do.
That's all it can do. That's all it can do. But don't be putting your business out there on social media and then don't think
it's going down. You already know it's going down.
Somebody gonna have something to say.
Everything going on social media.
What was that movie? Was it Google? No, Interns. Yep, the Interns. Remember the dude? Vince Vaughn's business partner with the on the scooters, and he was talking about Ethel. He said Ethel can't get enough of it. She thinks his penis is the fountain of youth. Sometimes that's what it is. Sometimes people want to feel younger. Sometimes they want that negative. They want that toxic energy to make them feel. Because Earl not doing it. Earl can't get it up.
I mean,
Earl got Earl got Niagara.
So they had to find them a Lamont.
all right, yeah, I think we went way over our due time with this. I think, with this topic, but
Now we went over because we want to speak the truth.
because it's an hour, we been over almost a half an hour already, and people got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah,
like myself, who gets up at 4:00 in the mornings, I wants to go to bed. So, on that note, we thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I know we was a little on the late side. I do apologize for that. We had some technical difficulties. But thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for not forgetting about Candid Conversations. We do appreciate you guys. And we will see y'all some next Tuesday, same time. Hopefully on time. And all I'm gonna say is, y'all live your best life with y'all grandpas and y'all grandmas and y'all sisters and brothers and and your children's. Y'all live your best life. Do whatever the hell y'all want to do. You get one life to live, so live it. Sean, you have anything to say?
For all the cougars out there, I am not taking applications at this moment.
Oh Lord!
But understand that you are appreciated, you are loved, and if by any chance I do begin to get back on the market, or by some crazy chance I'm back on the market, I will put out in enough notice for you to get your applications in. But today, as of today, I am not accepting any applications for the cougar position. Thank you.
Okay. Sean, you got anything you need to say?
Yes, I do. And I think this is very, very, very important. And I need for everybody to pay attention. Because I think that this is what's missing in our community. And we really need to buckle down and worry about them damn Cowboys. You see them Dallas Cowboys over there? It's football season.
Don't nobody
football season.
About them Cowboys.
I want y'all to worry about the Dallas Cowboys.
Ain't nobody worrying about the Dallas. Nobody.
Dallas Cowboys. Right there. You see that?
If that's what you say.
Cowboys Super Bowl. That's it.
Oh,
get off my phone.
All right, y'all. We will see y'all next week. Same time, same place. Thank y'all for tuning in. Love, peace, and blessings.
Cowboys.
Thank you, Pinky.